buyer purchased a mobile home appraised for $60,000 with closing costs of $2,500. The loan is for $50,000. If the seller paid $2,500 discount point or paid a $2,500 discount, how many points were charged by the lender? So this is a discount point problem worked in reverse. You're not finding out how many points or what the value of the points are. They're giving you the value of the points, and you got to calculate how many points they are. Look at all these numbers. So let's look at this. Remember, 1 point equals 1% of the loan amount by definition. Now look at all the numbers in this problem. Appraised at $60,000, got closing costs $2,500. The loan is for $50,000. Seller paid $2,500 in discount. In other words, that's the cost of the points. It's a very easy problem to work out. You don't worry about $60,000. You don't worry about closing costs. You got to have a loan amount because that's how discount points are paid. They're paid on the loan amount, okay? And you got to have the value of the discount points that were paid. If you divide that out, you're going to convert that to 5 points, okay? In other words, if the problem read the loan is for $50,000 and the buyer paid 5 points, how much would it cost? You'd multiply it and it'd be $2,500, okay? So we're talking about 5 points in this problem. Remember, don't get lost with all these other numbers. When you're dealing with discount points, watch this. You're dealing with the loan amount only. And for each point, it's 1% of that loan amount, okay? They give you the value of the points. They give you the loan amount. So they want to know how many points this is. So it's just a division. An investor is considering to purchase an office building. The building has 4 rental offices or rentable. The operating expenses are $30,000 per year. The investor has $150,000 to invest. She wants to receive a 20% return. What monthly rent must she charge per office to get the desired return? All right, so step number 1, and again, I'm just going to unpack these numbers as I read it. The investor has $150,000 to invest. So that's my step number 1. That's how much money they have to invest. Now, out of that, I've got operating expenses that are going to be acquired per year at $30,000. Okay. Now, if I take $150,000 times 20% return, that's what I want to make on my $150,000. That's going to be $30,000 I'm needed in the investment. Okay. So $150,000, I want a 20% return. That's a $30,000 needed in investment. That's not including operating expenses. Okay. So then if I take my operating expenses and what I want my return to be at 20% of 150, I'm going to need $60,000. Okay. That's what I have to make to produce 20% of my 150. If I divide that by 4, 60,000, because I got 4 units, I get $15,000 annually that I have to make from 4 units. Divided by 12, which is per month, because they want to know what the monthly rent's going to be. It'll be $1,250. Okay. So again, I've got $150,000 to invest, and I want to make 20% on that. So if I take $150,000 times 20%, that's a $30,000, $30,000 needed in the investment for me to get that return. Now my operating expenses are 30, so I add both of those together. So I need to make 60,000. That's what I need to make, 20% on my return, and I need to cover my expenses. So that's 60,000 total. I got 4 units. That gives me an annual 15,000, and then monthly $1,250 per month. Okay, so if I rent it, you can also say it this way. If I rent each unit for $1,250 per month, I'm going to cover 30,000 of operational expenses, and I'm going to make 30,000 on my investment, which is 20% of 150.